Alright, if this video it looks like it's a shorter run time than the usual, it's because it is, and you know, that's part of my plan. I don't know why I'm like having trouble breathing. What's wrong with me? Hold up. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so I have a thing of ice cream here. And I'm gonna make a video. And by the time that ice cream's done, I'm gonna end it. That's the idea. Alright. Hopefully I'll force myself into getting more stuff done. As in saying more things. Um so let's start. What? It's torn open? What? What? Alright. Drumstick. I don't really understand why these are called drumsticks. These are like, they should be called icicles. I don't know. These don't really look like drumsticks. Drumsticks look different. Fun fact. Yeah, sure. Let's start. So. Sorry, I just don't trust this yet. Is that like edible? Should I put that in my mouth? That better be ice cream. Sorry. The top was covered in like white stuff. And I didn't know what it was because there no, like it was perfectly sealed in all the ice cream on the inside. So like, what is that? And I started like overthinking. I was like, is it a spider? Is it a spider web? But I ate it. You know, I end up ate the spider web. Um, I realized I have a huge issue with motivation. Like, okay, a good example is mm, I had to do like 4 tests today in one of my classes, right? Because summer school, wow, it's already like almost over. But I had to do 4 tests, right? And one of my friends also had to do a test, right? It was a pre-test, and the way the online classes work is, if you do really good on the pre-test, it'll count you. It'll say you don't have to do certain units in that like section, right? Or certain parts of that section because you already know it. Um, or that's the idea, right? And my friend was like, "Hey Jacob, can you do this for me?" Right? And it was like 30 questions, which is as long as like the normal tests that I have to do are. And I blew through it in like 5 minutes. But the 4 tests that I had to do over the day took me 6 hours. It took me from when I started to when I finished with summer school. And that's because halfway through, I just gave up and I started like making a playlist on Spotify. And I started watching YouTube, and like I just didn't care. I didn't care from the beginning. Like I don't know but like if it's my friend's assignment, of course I'll finish it immediately as quickly as possible. And also like there's stuff that I really want to like get into, like playing guitar more. Um, well actually that's broken, but like fixing it or doing things I say I'm gonna do, or yeah, and anything like that. Cause I hear it and I get like real motivated to do something, And then when time comes to it, I feel so lazy. And like, I don't know if it is laziness. I don't really know what laziness really means at this point. Like, are you lazy if you, okay, like beginning of the school year last year, I didn't do any of the work, right? It wasn't because I didn't want to. It was because I didn't care if I failed, right? I was in one of those moods where I was just like, whatever. I don't care. I don't care, right? That was my mood. Um, so I saw the F's and I just shrugged it off because I didn't care. I couldn't find myself concerned for my own grades, right? Um, I realized, oh, oh, no, it's cold. I realized I haven't been eating the ice cream. I've just been talking. Um, but I don't. Right? I didn't. I mean, but I think that is my mood with a lot of things that involve me. It's just like, yeah, and that's it. Like if I'm going to a friend's house, I'll shower, right? But if I'm sitting in my room by myself, I'm fine with stinking. That's not good. I don't know what the solution to that is. Because it really isn't laziness. It's just not wanting to do anything. If I not wanting to do anything if it only benefits me. If it benefits somebody else, I'll do it. Uh, but God forbid I do something for me specifically. And like I still do, right? But like every time I do, I feel annoying. This ice cream is pretty good. I need to check if you're sticking around. I don't know if I can do that even. If the goodbye video has like one view, but the wow you stay video has 0, that means you're gone. I don't think I'd come to terms with it. I don't think I would believe it. I would sit there and just like stare blankly for a while and think, oh, she didn't see it. Yeah, I have problems. Maybe that's my deal. My back hurts. That's one of my problems, you know. Add that to the list. Yeah, see, this is why you were a huge motivation for me. Is one, because you took such a great care of yourself, right? It was amazing and kind of inspirational. But you also were there with me 24/7, so I was like, oh, maybe I should look better for her. Or maybe I should eat so I could live longer for her. And stuff like that's gonna be helpful no matter what. Like even if I did have healthy habits, I'd be like, oh, maybe I should start hitting that gym, bro, so I can be so sexy. I don't know what it was about that sentence, but it was awful. Um, you know, like having someone there does help with motivation a lot. I mean, and not to say I don't get things done, because I do. Like I built this nightstand that not nightstand, headboard that you're sitting on right now. Um, you being my phone. I built that desk behind me. You can't see it. It's so bright. What do you think is going on? Uh, I helped build the dresser in my room. I've learned how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on the ukulele. I should fix my guitar. My guitar broke a while ago. A long time ago, actually. Um, and then I would have this real issue where I would think I was the worst because I don't bring much to the table except for characteristics, right? Um, like wow, funny man, also very kind. Doesn't care about himself. It cares for you no matter what, right? That's how I feel like those were the characteristics I brought to the table, right? Um, no, cold, cold ice cream. We're getting to the shell. That's how you know it's gonna be over in another 9 minutes. But literally, that's all it was. It was just someone who cared about you, and then someone who made jokes for attention. Um, in my mind, that's all I brought to the table, right? And still, that's all I bring to the table. What else do I do? I play video games. I like Animal Crossing. Except I get really self-conscious about everything. See, that's a con. That's no pros. I should make that. I want to make a list of my pros and cons. Would you mind that? Would you mind listening to that? I just need somebody to listen to it. Um, I don't need you to like fix me. I don't know. You're not a therapist or a doctor. Being a therapist sounds like a good job. Um, helping people, but also it's like I feel like it's I was gonna say more rewarding. It's it's emotional help. Help is the idea, right? Instead of like curing this guy of this disease by giving him 7 pills, right? You're usually helping people overcome trauma, which is always nice. I don't know why I'm really attracted to that trauma. People with trauma. That's another thing I was gonna say. I was gonna say I have I have a lot in common with like all my friends who have trauma, but it's not with the trauma. Like I don't have similar traumas as them. I have similar coping mechanisms, and it doesn't make sense because like how did I pick it up when I haven't been through anything? See, that's another thing. It's like at least I was gonna say at least no, the people who have these problems can complain about it, right? And I think that's fine. Like, go ahead. You earned the right by having those problems. Um, but I can't because I'll just be like, oh yeah, I have this really big issue, and I don't know what's causing it, and I don't know how to solve it, and that's it. And it sounds annoying. Now, I'd probably do the same thing if I did have a cause for the trauma, though. Like, I have no reason for my trust issues to be that bad to where I can only open up to people who like don't know, like my friends, like Luciano, I have no problem opening up to. But I think that's because no matter what I tell him, I don't think he's gonna end our friendship because I said, "Oh, I'm sad." Like, what are you gonna do about that? But like, because he has the least to gain. It's not like he's using me for anything. He's my friend, right? So like, if I have a problem, it's not like he's gonna be like, "All right, well, Jacob sucks now because I can't get attention from him because he's worried about his own thing," which is how like some people think, like genuinely, and it's messed up. Uh, I don't know. I'm pretty confident though. I'm like strangely confident for someone who dislikes themselves a lot, like 90% of the time. There's like a strong 10% where like, damn, that guy's hot. Damn, that's a cutie patootie. Right there. And I stare at myself, right? Uh, well, it's only when I'm alone. If I have to go, if I'm showing my face on camera on like a school call, like Google Classroom, whatever, I'm like, that right there. That's me, hot. Right. Video of me that wasn't taken by me. No, bad. Um, what else? Me in person, bad, gross. But you also just gotta realize that the main reason I think I look bad is because I never see myself from this perspective, and you never do too. So you're gonna have to get used to me being like 3D. There's gonna be a back of my head that you've like hardly even noticed. You're gonna know what my like um the back of my neck looks like. The beautiful side of my face, my left ear, and my right ear. What are you? Oh, oh, oh. This is a mess. Why? There's only one way to clean this up. This is gross, I realize. I have like one bite. Um, yeah, it is gross. It all melted, and now it's like warm chocolate and warm ice cream. I'm full. I ate too much. Alright. Well, that was a solid 20 minutes. I need to wash my hands because they're gonna be all sticky. I love you. Bye bye.